Yo, what is up, everybody? Flash, thank you for the tier 1 for 20 months. Okay, sorry. Jenny came in for a second. I didn't talk to her. To moderate? Yeah, man. Let the people know that their opinions are wrong. I'm the wholly valuable opinion. Okay, fam. We gotta add some more music to the Christmas playlist. Like, there's a lot of songs on here, but I need more. What up, Hero? That's facts, Angel. That's facts. Zap Tap sucks, okay? Yo, what up, Nerd Nick? Nice. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope the runs are going well. How do I make this like full screen? There's a way to do that, isn't there? There we go. Presentation mode, baby. Oh, I should log in too, huh? So I can actually like... Should do that. Okay, let me go to presentation. They are fun, aren't they? Okay. Let's just do all of these. We'll get started in a sec, fam. Excuse me. Right. We will be keeping the music on, as per usual, when we do our tier lists. Dude, I need to put Blue Sky in the little socials thing that flies by. Because I don't really use Twitter right now. Need to do that. I'll update that for the Christmas bash. Which, by the way, is starting this Sunday, December 8th. If you want the deets, they're right there. We've still got plenty of slots for Smash and Mario Kart. And if you want to enter to be in the raffle, you need to be there for the streams and subscribe. During the bash, don't subscribe now. Save your subscription. It's gonna be dope. Anyway, yeah. Christmas bash starting this Sunday. Be there. Oh, and there's tons of Discord events happening too, so make sure you join the Discord. Alright, shall we get started? They are fun, Hero. We've seen some cool stuff from them in the past. I'm excited to see what people cook up this time. Alright. Boom, okay. Alrighty, fam. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing. So, if you're not aware, there's a mod that has come out recently called Tower of Trials, made by JDacer64. It turns Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door into a roguelike experience. There are different varying difficulty levels and just a bunch of really cool stuff. A lot of mechanics changes, updates to partners and such. If you're curious, please give it a shot. If you're here in the chat right now, I'll just type TOT. You can check it out at this link. So, what we're going to be tiering today are all the badges, items, and moves you can get, and kind of talk about the partners along with the partner moves. And we're going to be tiering them for high intensity runs. Now, what is high intensity? So, in this mod, you can make the game more difficult with various settings, such as not starting with items, or making action commands more difficult, or making enemies have more health or deal more damage. So I'm going to be rating them as if we've been doing the high intensity settings that I've been working with, and I'm gonna talk about them now. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna put them on the screen for you so that you can see them. But basically, what I do is I turn on EX mode. EX mode is like an upgraded flat difficulty of the Gloomtail Tower. It's 64 floors, and there's a bunch of little things that go into it. The mid bosses are harder. The scaling is higher for enemies, and there are a couple extra surprises in there. I won't spoil for those who don't know, but there are a couple extra surprises that make it a little more difficult. And then I have it so that Mario and partners only increase. They have reduced HP on the levels they get for it. Instead of 5 BP for level, it's 3 BP for level. I also do the same for FP. I don't start with any items. I can't increase my max item inventory, and you only start with 6. And then right now it's 125% enemy HP and 125% enemy attack. And then I don't start with any items. That sounds like a lot. I'll put it all on the screen. So when you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see some nice, like, you'll see it all on the screen, so you can see it. And you can emulate the settings if you'd like. It totals right now to 220%. That's what I've been doing so far. I'd like to go higher, but I think around that 220, 250% is kind of like, I would say around the same-ish in terms of usefulness for badges. So, oh yeah, that's the context that I will be rating these badges. It's actually a pretty big deal because, you know, scaling down all that stuff makes certain badges way better and certain moves way better to take, and others worse, you know? So, anyway, we're going to start with badges because that's everyone's favorite. But we will be doing moves, just to show you all these moves, and then we're also going to do items. Items will go very quickly. So okay, so let's just go down the list, shall we? And while we're here, for those who don't know, I'll try to describe the changes made to the badges, if there were any, and what the new badges do. Some of them are just BP costs, and I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. I should probably have the companion guide, huh? Wait, maybe I'll do that really quick. There we go. Look at that. Excuse me. There we go, bro. Look at this. I have a companion guide right here. Let's go. Alright, let's do this, shall we? Okay. Oh, I guess I should... do I need to change the tiers at all? It's a little less... You're not doing speed, so I feel like I'm okay not changing the letters. Yeah, I think I'm okay. Let's just talk about what's useful if you get it? You know, like what's super good if you get it? What like changes the run? As always, we'll start in C tier before I make my executive decision. Okay, let's talk about Power Plus. Maybe I won't do that. Let's talk about Power Plus. Power Plus has been reduced to 5 BP now. And I would say, honestly, it's pretty good to have. Being 1 less than All or Nothing is pretty good, all things considered. You don't have to hit your action commands. And for 1 less BP, I don't know, that's actually a pretty significant difference. Like, being able to equip 2, or, like, as you get more BP, this badge becomes better and better. Because there's no drawbacks, it's just flat attack. However, it does get outclassed by a couple other power increasing badges. We'll go over that in a second. So, did I say 1 less? 1 more than All or Nothing. People get it. So, if I see this badge, I mean, if I see this badge, what am I gonna take? Would I take this over some moves? Probably not. This is a great badge to see in Charlieton's shop, though. And if it's a drop, obviously it's amazing. Would I steal this with Mao's? Or Yoshi? Maybe not. But, I mean, I have to have Mao's. You have to have Mao's or Yoshi, you know? So I'm thinking with power, but I do think that when you up enemy HP, power becomes really valuable. So even like the bottom of the barrel attack increases can be really, really good. So I still think that Power Plus is A tier for Mario. The fact that Power Plus also lets you scale super hard with higher levels, like immediately, is pretty good. To go from like 2-2 to a potential 4-4 at jump level 2 is pretty good with 1 badge. So I think Power Plus B is better than Power Plus. It's basically the same, I would say. You know, partners having power is a little better because it affects all of them, and it's the same BP cost, so it's like you're just getting a little more value out of it. Partners, like Goombella, also benefits in the exact same way Mario does with Head Bonk. You know, like Yoshi with Ground Pound, etc. Mao's with Love Slap. All of those multi-hitting partners benefit a lot from even just 1 attack increase. Or at least they can, because they have levels built in. Which is just, you know, so like the value of Power Plus is actually pretty good. And then there's, we're just front-loading power, aren't we? Oh, I guess we're just going by power. Okay, that's fine. You're gonna see a lot of high placements. I think All or Nothing is a little better than Power Plus, but I don't know if I would say it's S tier. It's better than Power Plus, but does it hit the S tier? I think with my settings it doesn't, because I have 3 BP. Like, it's still a great increase to have. It does essentially the same thing, except you have to hit your action commands, which if you're running these intensity settings, you should be hitting your action commands, TBH. Like, you should not be missing them. But it can help to be 1 less BP, because you can, with 2 BP level ups, you can equip 2 All or Nothings instead of, you know, you can't equip 2 Power Pluses with 9 BP, but you can equip 2 All or Nothings, or an All or Nothing P, etc. What if you use 3 on simplifiers? We're not doing that. So, I would say this is kind of where I'm thinking. And I feel like All or Nothing P is the exact same. Like, we're just hitting the same notes here. These are just solid power increases that you'll be happy to see and you'll want. But, like, if you have cheaper options or, honestly, if you have a lot of defense or, like, HP regen, you could probably not, you could forego some of this. I will say that All or Nothing definitely synergizes better too with the lower BP cost because you can put more stuff on. Like you could have more HP drains or FP drains on with just the one Power Plus or All or Nothing. But again, I do think the partner version is better. Just like Power Plus P is better because it affects more partners and you shouldn't be missing your action commands. Okay, now we're getting into some new badges. We have Perfect Power. Now, Perfect Power is a 2 BP badge, and it increases Mario's attack by 1 when he's at max HP. So it's like the opposite of Danger Mario. If you're at full health, you get more attack. And let me tell you, this badge is insane. I think Perfect Power easily S tier. It is 2 BP. It's like having a P up D down, basically. And like max health, like it's not that hard to maintain max health. You can buy a lot of healing items. Sweet Treat is insane. There's lots of ways to regen too with Sweet Feast or other items. Even HP drain, great. Heart Finder, keeping your health topped up. Happy Heart is not random, so you can guarantee some stuff. You can guarantee HP being regen. Like there's lots of ways to keep your HP high. And oh my god, like the fact that you could equip 4 of these with 9 BP, like it's just insane. Now, I mean, obviously, there's a drawback. You lose it all if you're not at full health. But again, it's pretty easy to keep yourself at full health. And the low BP cost is just, it's super difficult to overlook. Like an early Perfect Power is just insane. Because you can put on so much other stuff, too. So like, you could put on Perfect Power and Jumpman or Hammerman. Perfect Power and a defense thing, right? Like, to keep yourself from taking damage. There's a lot you can do. And the low BP cost is really helping it get to S tier for me. Because +1 is still just +1. But, I mean, I feel like it really speaks for itself. If I get a lot of Perfect Powers, I feel like I'm cruising. Perfect Power P is basically it's just the same. You know, it's interesting. I feel like Mario's pretty strong in this game, but partners still are very strong because they have the same benefits that Mario does with FP levels. Or just the move levels. So I think Perfect Power P, like the other partner badges, is just a slight step above its Mario variant. Which is to say, Perfect Power P is kind of insane. And you know why it's even more insane? Is because you have multiple partners that could be at max health. So if you lose one, if one doesn't have max health, you can just swap and get that boost again. And like, that doesn't sound super crazy, but like, sometimes it's like, oh, you need that little extra power. You swap out a partner, KO the enemy, you know, knock a Koopa on its back or something, swap the other partner out, Sweet Treat back up to full, so they're both at full. I mean, there's just ways, there's so many ways to get back to full health. And to be able to just swap to a partner that could have this boost if you have a lot of badges is just, it's really good. It's really good. Power is still king, you know? Okay, let's talk about Jumpman. I think these are going to be really interesting. Jumpman and Hammerman. So Jumpman is an interesting case because, you know, Mario is locked behind his moves, right? So if you don't get a lot of jump moves, you're not going to see a lot. You're actually going to see less usefulness out of Jumpman, and you need to have Spike Shield and Ice Power. Mainly Spike Shield more than Ice Power, but I mean, Jumpman is still an insanely strong 2 BP cost that, you know, Jump gets more damage out of your attack boosts than Hammer does still. So Jumpman still is serviceable even with like the base jump, because if you're dealing 8 damage, like that's still an insane amount of damage, right? So I think Jumpman is still good, but I will say that the enemies get kind of wild, especially in the later half. And if you don't have the means to like subdue spiked enemies that are jumpable, if you have Spike Shield on, you're gonna be in for a really bad time. That honestly, that's how I feel. I don't think that's enough to put it out of S tier, but I actually think it's worse than Perfect Power because of that. Like, Perfect Power just giving you a flat boost to everything you have is really good, and it's the same BP cost as Jumpman. So... But I just think that hammer moves are actually pretty valuable in this game compared to vanilla, I should say. Like in Tower of Trials, hammer is actually pretty good. So you're not going to go wrong with a hammer build. And speaking of a hammer build, I'm just going to say it right now, I actually think Hammerman is better than Jumpman. And then that might be a really wild take, but hear me out, okay? There are 2 ways to freeze enemies. And one of them is Ice Smash, and the other is... oh god, what's it called? The ice item, Ice Storm. Okay. Oh, I guess Flurry can also freeze with Blizzard. Okay. Hammerman gives your hammer the hammer throw properties on a lot of hammer moves, including base hammer, power smash, and all the status hammer moves, including Ice Smash. So if you're going up against a tanky defensive enemy, right? Especially mid bosses, like if we're talking mid bosses here with like enhanced HP scaling, one of the best ways to KO them quickly is to Ice Smash them and then Power Smash them. Because Power Smash has increased scaling and does a little more damage. So, and you can't freeze aerial enemies with Hammer without Hammerman. It's essential. I have picked up Hammerman as a tech option. Like if I have a jump build going, I will pick up Hammerman just to be able to chuck an Ice Smash at like an aerial Paratroopa. Because if you don't know, there are enemies called mid bosses, which are beefed up versions of normal enemies. And things like aerial enemies, like Paratroopas, they cannot be knocked down. Let me say that again. They cannot be knocked down. They cannot be knocked on their back, like normal Koopas. You just have to deal with them. So Ice Smash and the new freeze status, which doubles the damage of one hit before getting rid of the freeze status, it's just Ice Smash goes way up in value. So Hammerman being able to hit any enemy with Ice Smash, including aerial ones, goes way up. So like, I'll take this as a tech option. I will unequip my Jumpmans and equip Hammerman for an aerial Paratroopa just to Ice Smash and Power Smash or something. Like, that's how good I think it is. And again, just having Hammer Throw being built in to the base badge's effect is insane. Being able to hammer any enemy and not have to worry about it, being able to normal hammer a Bristle just because you have Hammerman equipped is insane. Like, it's actually really good. So I do truly think that Hammerman is better than Jumpman. And like, it's weird because like, you know, you'll probably go Jump if you have a lot of attack increases, but like, you could go a full Hammer build and probably destroy people. Like, Blizzard plus Fire Drive goes kind of crazy. Yo, what up, Toxic and Poochie? So, yeah, Hammerman, it's really good. I don't know if it's better than Perfect Power, but it might be. I don't know. I've done, like, I mean, I've played a lot of Tower Trials, but I haven't done, like, an insane amount of high-intensity runs, but I can still get a good feel, I think, for how good the badges are, even with that limited experience. I do think Hammerman still might be worse. I think Perfect Power and Perfect Power P edge out. They're just so good, man. Alright, and then we have P up, D down, and P up, D down, P. I think because of how insane enemies can get, having them deal even 1 extra point of damage can be not good. I think P up, D down is probably the worst of the attack increasing badges, but it's still good. Should I put it in B? It might be B, honestly. It's just like enemies get so strong, man. And if enemies have any multi-hits or stuff, like, it can really kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is tough to say, actually. I'm really on the fence between B or A with P up, D down. Like, it is 2 BP and it's strong, but no, I'm gonna put it in. Like, I don't want to put this here and be like, yeah, just be good at super guarding, because like, you don't need to super guard even with my settings. You don't have to super guard literally everything. Like, it's very helpful, but like, I do think it's the weakest. I just think equipping, and like, if you're stacking these, you're just asking to get killed in the later half of an EX mode run, unless you're just a super guard wizard. Or you have an insane amount of defense, but like, you also need a lot of BP. So like, are you really gonna, like, can you assume you're gonna be able to stack that much defense with a bunch of POD downs? Like, who knows, right? Who knows how much BP you'll actually have, especially when you only get 3 per level up. PMD down P is still really good. I am going to put it... Oh, this is tough. I'm going to put it below All or Nothing. The All or Nothings. I'm going to put it right here. And the reason why... Well, no. I think they're the same. Okay. I'm not going to put them in the middle. That's weird. I think the two sets provide the same value, basically. PFT down P is a little better. It's low BP. You can swap out partners to get rid of, to refresh HP, basically. Sorry. And if you have partner revival on, which I do, because it doesn't impact the intensity percentage, having this is not as big of a deal, because you could just let a partner die, and it's not as big of a deal as Mario dying. So, because, like, if Mario dies, the run is over, right? But if a partner dies, okay, a partner dies. Like, it can still be bad, but it's not the worst. So, I do think PFT down is definitely better than... PFT down P is definitely better than its Mario counterpart, but I don't think it's better than All or Nothing. Even though All or Nothing is double its BP cost, I think I would rather put on the all or nothing P, especially if I have a life stream or something. Like, I don't want to burn a life stream on a partner. And partner HP is pretty low in the beginning. You need a lot of partner HP to, like, get to something comfortable with a lot of them. So, this can still be a pretty dangerous badge to use. But I would definitely equip this over, like, the power pluses if I'm feeling good on my partner HP and whatnot. So I think overall I would say it's better than power plus P, but worse than the all or nothing grouping. P up, D down. This, okay, defense, we're in the, or it looks like we're in defense now. Defense is a little interesting because in this game, if you guard a move and take no damage, but an enemy has 5 attack, the game gives you star power as if the enemy hit you with a 5 attack move. So it doesn't matter how much damage you're taking, it just matters, like, it's just the base attack of the enemy that matters, which is super important. That means that star power heavy builds rely on a lot of defense or appeals and super starts. So I think that defense can be pretty good, actually. However, I do think that that P down, D up is still hard to justify for me. Like, P down, D up is really tough for me to justify because stacking attack just gives you so many more benefits, in my opinion. And it just keeps getting worse and worse, right? Like, if you have, like, 3 of them on, you're losing 3 attack. And, like, I guess you could say, like, if you just don't take damage, that's fine. But enemies scale to such a wild degree later that you're still going to be taking, like, 6, 7 damage, probably. Like, there are just a lot of attacks that will straight up, like, destroy you. Even with some P down, D ups on. So I don't know. I don't think it's terrible, but I rarely take this badge. Like, I would not take this badge very often. So I think I'm putting it D. I think the partner version... Oh, God. Partner... P down, D up, P. I don't think I've ever put this on. I think this is still a really bad badge, mainly for the same reasons as in vanilla. Like, I would... Because you have multiple partners and they all have health pools, you still have a way higher health pool with partners than you do with Mario. So, like, taking the damage with them just isn't as important. Even if you're taking a ton of damage, it's not as important as the attack that they have, right? Like, reducing all your partner's attack by 1 is not good. I think I would still put this in F tier. And you know, it's interesting because, like, Mega Rush P is, like, you could still stampede with Mega Rush P or something, or, you know, Power Shell or something like that. Especially for Yoshi, having the like, just having a defense plus or PFD down P is good for his multi-hit moves in peril, but you'll see later. But the nerf to them, I think, is great enough, especially with the settings I have, that, like, you're so much better off just normal stacking attack than you are trying to, like, manipulate stuff, because enemies get really insane and the amount of health they have just does not justify what you can do with just leveling up your moves and doing more damage that way, in my opinion. So yeah, I really think that PFD down P is just not worth it, ever. Defend Plus. I think defense is okay in this game. It is definitely much better than it is in vanilla. You basically don't need defense in vanilla. In this game, like I said, defense can net you way lower damage, but still give you good star power for taking attacks. I think defense scales very well in the beginning, and then near the end, like the last 3 sets of an EX mode run with high intensity, defense becomes a little less important. However, one really cool thing that Defend Plus lets you do is help you maintain perfect power, because, you know, stage effects, like if you get hit by a bucket or something, that can ruin perfect power. It's one of the like worst things about perfect power. But with Defend Plus or Defend Plus P, that can be a thing of the past. So I would honestly, I think I'm putting Defend Plus in B tier. Is it better than P up, D down? I think it's better than P up, D down, actually. Yeah, I actually do think it might be better. So, wait. Well, okay, Defend Plus also, by the way, is 4 BP now. It's not 5 like it is in vanilla. So it's got the same cost as All or Nothing. I do think it's pretty good. It synergizes well too, because if you're just like thinking right now, even with 1 BP level up and you have 6 BP, like 1 perfect power and a Defend Plus is enough to like keep that active for a little bit, right? So it synergizes really well with perfect power. So yeah, it's pretty, I would say, yeah, it's definitely better than P up, D down, I think. I usually try to grab at least 1. If I have more options and I don't have anything else, I would grab more defense for sure, because you can reduce quite a bit of damage until you get to piercing moves, and even then, like, a lot of enemies don't have piercing moves all the time. Like, it's really, well, in the later half you'll get quite a few, but you'll still see like Koopas and Goombas and stuff that don't, and Clefs. And I'd say the 2 extra BP is more than worth not losing an attack. Defend Plus P is the same thing, but it's a little better than Defend Plus because, again, it affects all partners. It's actually, yeah, I mean, only Koops has natural defense, so every other partner, you're going to want to pick this up if you have Perfect Power P. Definitely good to have at least 1. And then let's move on to the damage dodges. I actually think these are really good because the damage dodges are still 2 BP. So, you know what? I don't know if, I don't know if these block against piercing. Because if they do, their value goes way up. I think I may have to hold on. We may have to ask JDA Star. I've never really tried. You know what? I'm gonna ask him right now, bro. I gotta ask him. Oh, he's right here. I just messaged him on Discord. Sorry, JDA Star. I didn't know you were here. Like guards, it increases the damage reduction. Like guards, but guards reduce piercing damage. I don't know what that means. So hold on, just to be clear, damage dodge does work against piercing attacks in Tower of Trials. Right? I just want to be clear before I make my... It works? Okay. I'm gonna take that as yes. It works like a guard. All right. So, okay, if that's the case, so let me tell you guys something real quick while we're here, right? So damage dodge in vanilla reduces damage with a guard, but it doesn't work against piercing attacks, right? So like, there's quite a few moves in Thousand Year Door, especially Chapter 8, that pierce things like Defend Plus and Damage Dodge, and even the defense that Power Lift gives you, but it won't pierce P down, D up. Okay. So, based on what I'm seeing, Damage Dodge reduces all damage, just like a guard does, because a guard always reduces damage. That means that Damage Dodge is insane. Okay? That means... that means that you can... and it's only 2 BP, by the way, so you can stack a lot of damage dodges and get a lot of defense. Like... Damn, that's pretty good. I've never had a damage dodge-centric build. Holy... Wait a minute. This might be an insane badge. This might be... Is this S tier? I don't know if it's S tier, but... I need to... I haven't played. I don't have enough info. I'm gonna tentatively put it in A tier, because just on paper, it's a really good badge. I will put it right here for now. I need to play a run with this, TBH. I need to explore damage dodge and damage dodge P more, but it might be an insane badge. Damn. Do it live? I mean, no, I'm not doing it live right now. So, okay. Okay, so it's only 2 BP and it reduces damage. And like I said, even if you take 0 damage from an attack, if you guard, you still get the star power as if they hit you with the full attack power. So, stacking a lot of these for only 2 BP when you only get 3 BP per level up, that's really strong. Like, super strong. Like, if you get like at least a decent amount of Mario HP, like we're like 25, and you're able to reduce an 8 attack move down to like 2 or 3 or something, that's insane. And it stacks on top of the guard's already natural 1 reduction, so it's like, and you put a burn on it. Oh, dude, this badge might be S tier. I can't say right now. We'll be doing another tier list, I'm sure, next year. After I do a lot of runs, I will probably do another tier list and update this. Because I really wanted to get one tier list out before the year ended, so I had something to like look back on and see what changed. But I think damage dodge P is about the same for now. I really feel like these could be S tier badges. But I need to play around with it more. That sounds insane. 2 BP. Wow. Yeah, damage dodge P again. The partner badges are just slightly better. When they're good for Mario, you'll see this trend. When something's good for Mario, generally speaking, it's better for the partner because it's a benefit for way more characters. And usually it's like the same BP cost, so you're getting like a lot more value out of one equip of that. Actually, I'm lying. I do think damage dodge for this one specifically. For damage dodge specifically, I think Mario's might be better because reducing damage, that much damage for Mario, is probably better than reducing that much damage for partners. Like, not even speaking about star power regeneration, but just like not dying. I think it's better to have Mario be able to just like tank this stuff probably. Is that true? I do. I would probably equip them for Mario and not partners if I were going in with like to a mid-boss and I was like, okay, I want Mario to be able to live. I'm equipping more for Mario than I am for partners so that Mario takes less damage. Because if Mario takes less damage, he can use Sweet Treats while the partners deal the damage. Yes. I would put this above damage dodge P. I would still put Defend plus P over Defend plus though. Because this is really tech for perfect power. Than it is for living and star power regen. Yeah. Okay, Double Pain. I think this is still called No Pain, No Gain in this mod, like it is in Infinite Pit. No Pain, No Gain, again, just gives you more coins. It's literally the same as it is in Infinite Pit. It's still very good. As a speed badge, it's probably still top tier, but I think it's probably not worth it too much in high intensity. Like, enemies are dealing like 10 plus damage to you, bro. Like, do you really need to be like you need to super guard so much more? So if you're confident in your super guards, this badge is still fine, but I definitely don't think it's as good. You can just take coins from a chest. So I think it's kind of mid, actually. Like, it can be useful in certain situations, but more often than not, I'm not equipping this ever. So I think I'm gonna put it in C. Like, again, the coins you get from chests are actually really good too. So like, you could just take a coin chest, but later on you're not using this badge, like, ever, unless you're crazy. I'll stand by that. Okay. Okay, this is going to be some really wild placements. I'm going to say right now, I have not done a lot with Mega Rush and Power Rush. Mega Rush and Power Rush have been nerfed a lot. Power Rush only increases attack by 1, and Mega Rush only increases attack by 3. Now, while they did get nerfed, they got a little buff, because Danger and Peril are now percentage based. So now it's 10% of your max HP for Peril. So if you're at 20 HP, you're in Peril at 2 HP instead of 1. And if you're in Danger at 30%. So what's 30% of... So if you're at 30... if you're at 30 HP, you're in Danger at like 10 HP, basically. Is that right? I think so. And you're in Peril at 3 HP. Something like that. 9? Okay, 9. I don't know if it rounds up or down, but... So basically, you can get into Danger way faster, and... I mean, that's true. It should just be 10 then. Why would it... 9 is exactly 30%? I'm not good with percentages, my beef. I think you get the point, though. Ten is 33%. It was close enough. Listen, I'm not here to do math. I think people get it. You get into Danger earlier than you would. It's not 5 all the time. You don't need to know what 30% is to beat level 1 Prologue Pit. You just need to be good at the game, my guy. Anyway. So, even with the buff, though, I think... I really do not think Power Rush is that good. I think... Maybe if going for speed, it's good, because you can just, get there and you never level up. So if you ever level up, your HP can just stay the same. But, like, I don't know, man. I feel like these are rare. You need to build up a lot to get them. And for 1 BP more, with max HP, and no danger of, like, losing your partner... Or Mario, you can just put on Perfect Power or like Jumpman or Hammerman. Like, it's actually insane that I'm thinking this, but like, I really think Perfect Power and Perfect Power P are just straight up better than the Danger badges. Like, I would rather be at full HP. Especially, I mean, and I'm talking speed at the like, I'm talking just like really briefly speed. Like, without speed, I just don't see a reason to put yourself in that precarious of a situation. you're not always guaranteed to have close calls. You're not always guaranteed to have last stands. Like, enemies are dealing an insane amount of damage. You're not always going to have luck on your side. It's just, why even... It's nice when you get there. If you happen to be in danger or peril, it's nice, but... I mean, it just doesn't seem worth it to me. I feel like I've been just fine getting by with these badges. Just flat increases without being in danger, you know? So, with that said, I don't think they're terrible, but I think Power Rush is not great. I would much rather equip something like this than Power Rushes. I mean, if you're going for a Mega Rush strat, you may as well have Power Rushes equipped if you got them, but I don't know. It doesn't feel that good. I think for now I'm going to put Power Rush high end of B. I think Power Rush P, again, is just a little better, because at least with Power Rush P, you know, you can have multiple partners in peril or danger. I think a big issue actually is that there's now a badge that actively competes with danger, right? You have two options. You have stack a bunch of attack and be in danger or peril, or stack a bunch of attack and be at max HP. And I find that being at max HP is way easier to maintain than being in danger, at least right now, because, and again, enemies deal a ton of damage with the scaling that I have. Like 125% attack and HP on top of the already increased scaling from EX mode. It just makes it so, like, if you're in danger, bro, you're probably just gonna die. Unless you shrink them. But if you're fighting like a group of 5 enemies, you're not shrinking one enemy and living. Like, you're just gonna die. Like, I would much rather at that point use Sweet Treat and heal, right? Like, so yeah, I just think the power rushes are it's rough. Power Rush P still, I don't think it breaks A tier. I think it's just right above Power Rush in its usefulness, even if it affects multiple partners. That means you need to have multiple partners in danger too, which, and like, if you don't get HP with the lowered HP that I have, danger is really bad, because it's basically the same as peril. Like, at 10 HP, you're not in danger until you're at 3 HP and not 5. That's actually a pretty big nerf. So the 30%, 10% is a nerf, but also it's a bigger buff than it is a nerf, but like, you can see its effects really early on. So it's not like you can steamroll in the beginning either. And if you don't have a lot of HP because you got unlucky or something, you're definitely not steamrolling at the end with power rushes. Now, Mega Rush and Mega Rush P, we'll start with Mega Rush. Mega Rush is still better. +3 is good. But star powers are really good in this game, especially Sweet Feast and Sweet Treat, and even a bunch of others. And regenning that star power is pretty good. And so Mario, like, I know Mario can be a great attacker, but like, if we're really looking at what his stuff does, he's just multi-bounce and fire drive are his options. Multi-bounce, you could still pull off a really sick multi-bounce sweep with a bunch of Mega Rushes, Jumpman, Spike Shield, Ice Power, right? But you need a lot of attack to pull that off. And because of the nerf to Mega Rush, you have to equip a ton to get through enemy defense and other things. Now, if you've got Flurry, this can combo pretty well with Flurry's Thunderbolt or Thunderstorm or Blizzard, but you gotta have them. You gotta have Flurry and you gotta have Blizzard. So like on average, if you don't have those, it could be tough with multi-bounce. Fire Drive, could still be really good. You know, Fire Drive could still be really good. But actually, I think stacking Hammerman is probably better for Fire Drive than it is stacking Mega Rush. So, I feel like it might be a disservice to Mega Rush to call them not S tier, but I'm trying to think, man. I really don't know if I would equip them. Like, I don't know if I would take the time to actually get into Peril unless I had a setup early on that let me get it early and just scale with it later. And I don't think just one Mega Rush or Mega Rush P in Infinite Pit can be enough to like really steamroll at least a good chunk of the game, right? In this, you need 2 or 3, I feel like, to really make an impact, because the defense scaling also gets pretty huge. And like, what's Mega Rush doing to Iron Clefs? It's not doing anything, you know? And like, if enemies have 30 HP, like, you need so much attack to power through them that like, if you're not killing them anyway and you have to like flip Dark Koopa Trolls, for example, like, does it really matter how much attack you have if you're locking them down? Yeah, I'm gonna say tentatively that they might still be S tier. Actually, I'm not. I'm gonna put Mega Rush at the top of A. I can't commit to it being S just yet. I've played with these badges a lot that are in S and A. I feel like I haven't really had a run where I feel like I could truly use Mega Rush, but I know that potentially it could be insane. I just don't have I just haven't had a run where Mega Rush with Mario seems appropriate and not super dangerous. So I will tentatively put it in A. And Mega Rush P, I think I will put in S because, again, having multiple partners in Peril, that's pretty easy to maintain. Even with the nerf quick change, I think it's easy to maintain. And, you know, partner moves are just in... I think there's so many really good partner moves. Like, even Mao's, you know, Blizzard, Thunderstorm, all of Koops' moves. Fiery Jinx is even good, is really good. Like Smoke Bomb from Mao's, like Stampede, even Goombella, you know? Goombella, Yoshi, and Mao's with their base moves. All of them can benefit a lot from Mega Rush P in a way that isn't run ending as a threat, right? Because it's not Mario. So I do think Mega Rush P is still really good. However, I am not putting it I'm not putting it below or above everything. It's not. I do not think Mega Rush P is the best badge in the game. Peril Withdraw? I wouldn't do that. I don't think. I'm gonna put it below Hammerman, actually. For now. Again, I haven't used a lot of Mega Rush P too much. It is good, don't get me wrong, it's good. And probably still one of the best speed badges. But we're not talking speed here, we're talking 220% intensity on EX mode. And in that mode, Mega Rush P just doesn't cut it sometimes. You need to invest a lot into Peril. Now, if you can get a ton of partner HP and get like a weaker Peril with like some last stands or damage dodge Ps, there could be something there. But as it stands, I think just maintaining max health is easier and better. So I'm going to put this below Hammerman because Hammerman, again, has that potential to just like nuke a mid-boss. You can like nuke half its health or something. You're probably not doing that with Mega Rush P unless you have like 4 or 5 of them. And that's way more BP than just having a bunch, I don't know, having some Hammermans. I will say that I do think like Thunderstorm, I think Flurry in particular, and Koops still, gets a ton of value out of this. badge. I think Blizzard is insane, and I think Apparel Blizzard could go crazy. I just have not been able to try it yet. So this may go higher. But I don't think I can say it's the best badge in the game right now. And that sounds really wild to say, but the nerfs are pretty significant. Still a great badge, though. Nerfing it did not make it, like, terrible. It just made it not the best badge in the game by a long shot. Okay, Last Stand. We're getting into some danger. Oh, we're basically continuing the danger. Last Stand is very good. I think Last Stand is a top-tier defensive badge. Probably better than Damage Dodge, I would say. Especially because it can really save you. So if you have a chance to get like 3 or 4 Last Stands, like you could be going crazy, right? Like really good to keep you alive if you're taking a ton of damage. Like even like huge moves can be reduced significantly. And if you have enough HP where your danger is at or above 5, I think even just 1 Last Stand can be a total game changer. Because of that. Like, if you have your danger starting at 9, like, that's insane. Like, Last Stand just gets better and better the more HP you have. Which is wild to say, because usually it doesn't. But because danger scales with your HP, it just gets better and better. Like, if I have a Last Stand, I'm definitely equipping it, because it's only 1 BP, and it's like, it can save you. Just like it saves you in early pit runs in vanilla, it can save you here against crazy strong enemies. So I think this is still S tier. I think it's bottom of S tier, but I think it's still an S tier badge, and I think Last Stand P is the exact same, but it's worse. Because Mario is more important to keep alive. However, like if you have a lot of partner HP, it's still getting way better. You can actually use Power Rush P, and potentially Mega Rush P better. So yeah, still S tier, I think. I think in terms of being safety, it cannot be beat. Now, close calls. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not done a lot with luck. I'm still pretty anti-luck. I'm not a big fan. I still think close call and close call P, I think they kind of suck. Like, I know people love their evasion, man. Like, I know, I get it. But that ain't me. So I'm gonna say, I don't know if they're quite in level of P up, D down, P. I think close call can save Mario sometimes in rare situations. I'll put it in E tier because Mario, again, is more important to keep alive. I think close call P is like bad. It's here. I just don't think you need close call P for your partners when there's just other ways to mitigate damage, and like if they die, it's not as big of a deal. Unless your entire strategy hinged on Mega Rush P, which mine haven't, so it hasn't been a big deal. Okay. This is a tough one to talk about, Quick Change. I have not used Quick Change too much. If I'm being perfectly candid, I have not used a lot of Quick Change. I don't really know what to say about it. So, Quick Change is now 3 BP? Why isn't it here in the companion guide? I don't see it. Am I blind? It's definitely not here. Different page? Oh. I see common. Where are the beating points? Let me find that real quick. Oh, here. Oh, no, never mind. Where are these unique badges, bruh? Oh, there they are. Perfect. Okay. Quick Change is 3 BP and it costs 1 FP every time you use it, and that caps at 5 FP. Now, when I first used this badge, I thought it was going to suck. The FP, I thought it was going to be really bad. However, for 3 BP and potentially only 5 FP, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I don't think it's top tier, but like having a lot of FP is very good. Because moves are move levels are very important in Tyro Trials, especially in these high intensity runs. Having a lot of move levels means our free power increases or better functionality of the move. So you want a lot of FP because they usually cost more FP. So if you have all that FP, you can probably afford a quick change or two. Like, you could probably even run a Mega Rush P quick swap if you have enough, but it's way more difficult to maintain, and I don't know if I'd call it worth it all the time. Like, one thing that I really don't like is that there are times where I bring a partner. There are times where I only need to use a partner to finish off an enemy, but I need to use a specific partner that's not out, and I have to spend FP to bring them out, even if I didn't need to use quick change, quote unquote, right? Like, I didn't need to use quick change to get that partner out and finish them off, but I have to spend the FP anyway because I have quick change on. I think that's the downside that I didn't really think about until it happened to me. But the 3 BP cost is pretty huge. Like, that's a big buff to its BP cost. Like, 3/7? That's a lot. Especially because you could still equip quick change with just the 3 BP. Like, you only need 1 BP level up to equip it with the settings I have. So, I haven't used it a lot. I haven't found a big need for it. But I do think it has its place, especially if you have a lot of FP. So, I'm gonna put it... I need to play with it more. So right now I'm gonna put it on the lower end of B. Could go higher. I could see it top of B, maybe even low A if you really don't care about your FP costs. Like, if you have enough FP to just not care, and you have good setups with that quick change could abuse, I think you could see some real good use out of it. But that remains to be seen. I need a little more experience, but I think it's definitely no worse than B, in my opinion. Okay. The Super Peel badges have gotten quite the buff. So Super Peel and Super Peel P now cost 2 BP because the increase to star power you get from them is way higher. Like, it's huge, fam. It's like a whole half a bar higher. It is. You get 0.5 units. Okay, that sounds silly, but like, just think of every orb of star power having 10 little bars, and you get 5 more with Super Appeal, which is half. You get half. It's insane, and it scales. It scales more. I'm pretty sure it scales with the audience. So as you get further, it just gets better. It's very strong, and it's only 2 BP, so you could stack like 2 or 3 of them. So it, you look at that and you're like, damn, that's a lot of star power. But one thing I found with like the high intensity runs I've been doing is that you kind of get a lot of star power anyway by taking hits. So while on paper these badges seem insane and they got a pretty good buff, like it's not like they're the end all be all to star power regen. You still get a lot of star power just from taking a couple hits. So these are very good badges, but they are not. I actually don't. I think if you asked me this like 2 months ago, I would have put this in S tier. But now, I think they're around the same as damage dodge. I think there might be... I'm going to put them above damage dodge because I've actually used them more than damage dodge. Damage dodge, I think, has the potential to clear this entire tier, TBH. So... Oh, you know what? One thing I will say actually is that I think Super Appeal is actually way worse than Super Appeal P because Mario is the only one who can use special moves. So I think appealing with partners is way more valuable. So I'm going to put Super Appeal P above the damage dodges. I think there's this big... You know what? I'm going to do this. I think there's this big of a gap, honestly. No, I can't do that. Like, there's a gap between the two Super Appeals. Because Mario's is way less valuable than a partner's, in my opinion. Because you can just spam appeal with a partner, and Mario can just be doing things with special moves, and it's fine, you know? You're not going to be able to do that with Super Appeal. It's not like having Super Appeal is bad. It's just not... the value of an appeal on a Mario turn is just way lower than it is on a partner turn. Okay, let's look at charge. Charges are... Listen, even if you're going up against the secret boss, charge can be kind of mid. Like, there's ways to reduce damage. There's lots of ways to reduce damage. So I think charges kind of mid. Like, you don't need to sit there and charge. You can do it, but, like, you don't really need to. I guess it's a surefire way to beat the secret boss, but that's about it, because you could just charge for, like, 50 turns and then just kill him. In fact, I'm pretty sure I did that one time. I used Charge P to do that, or at least to try to do that. And, like, yeah, I don't know. I think even with that, like, you're not going to use it against the dragons because they do way more damage. And they're not going to sit there and let you charge. They're going to do things to you. So I think that, okay, I think charge, kind of mid. Definitely more mid. I think charge, probably here in E tier. Charge P has a little more value because, again, Mario can be using Sweet Treats and other things while the partner just charges up, and you've got Multi-Bonk, Ground Pound, Love Slap to deal tons of damage. Even Egg Barrage, Stampede. Well, you're not going to use Stampede, but Egg Barrage. Well, you could use Stampede, actually. Actually, you could use Stampede against Secret Boss if the Horde's out. Okay, never mind. So I'm going to say this is... Oh, that's right. Egg Barrage can't be charged. Right. I forgot that Egg Barrage has that property of Mini Egg. Okay. I think... Do I put it bottom C? Top of D? I'm going to say... The thing is, in normal fights, it is just not worth it, I feel like. And in, again, the dragons, whatever. Just for the secret boss tech, it's niche enough that I'll put it top of D. I don't think I can justify it in C. It's not average enough for that. Okay, Toughen Up is a Infinite Pit, is a new badge from Infinite Pit that grants an extra +1 defense when using Defend. I'm gonna be honest. Not a lot of reasons to use Defend once you have the capability to use a bunch of moves. I don't, even though it's only 1 BP, I don't think it's really helping too much. I just think the badges are not very good. I think because it's behind a command that is not great in general in defend, because defend is so niche most of the time that I just don't see the appeal for it. It's tough to justify equipping and using this badge unless you're specifically trying to manipulate into peril or danger or something. But once that's done, it's like, okay, take it off. You're done. You don't need it anymore because you're not going to be using defend. You're going to be killing enemies with Mega Rush P or whatever. So I'm just going to do this for both of them because they're literally both the same to me. I think they're bottom of the barrel here. Even with the 1 BP cost, I just can't. It's defend. It's the defend command, man. Tough when damage dodge is right there. You know? Okay. Double dip and double dip B. There's a reason they changed defend from a badge to a basic action. True! Alright, let's talk about the double dips. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. I'm gonna be real honest. I have rarely picked up these. Double dip is one of the best badges in Vanilla Thousand Year Door. Because you can do some crazy combos. You can do some insane shit with them, right? But in this, it's like... I have limited BP a lot of the times, and I'd rather spend it on something else for the bosses. And you're not going to use it in normal fights, probably. Again, this is more I need to get into peril quick because I found a point swap or a trial stew, or double dip poison shrooms onto the dragons, or even the secret boss, TBH. And it's super niche. So I'm not going to say they're bad because, like, I'm not going to say they're F because there's clearly use still for them. But I think in a mode where speed is not of the essence, you're not trying to just destroy every fight, and you can take your time, like, looping even normal enemies to ensure cleaner victor, like, to ensure, like, that you're not dying as you come out of fights, and you can spend the time to recover and, like, play it safe instead of playing a little more risky. I think these badges lose a lot of their value. Because it's not like you're going up to bosses and, like, destroying them. Like, these bosses have insane amounts of attack and HP. That being said, double dip Zest Dynamite might be fire. I haven't done it. But 20 damage right off rip might be fire. You know what I'm saying? And it's still only 4 BP. It hasn't changed in that regard, pretty sure. So I'm trying to think, what tier do I want to put it in though? Wait, JDH, I'm sorry. Does this badge give you triple dip too at the same time, or do you need 2 of them? I can't remember. Do you just get double and triple dip at the same time? Okay, you get them at the same time. Okay. So, that does help it a little bit. Okay, I still think they're pretty niche. But, I'm gonna tentatively put this in C and this at top of D. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Mario's double dip is a little more valuable in a tier list, like a world where Mega Rush P is more valuable than Mega Rush, and partners attacking is a little more valuable than Mario, who is, like, casting with his special moves sometimes. Double dipping to do things for the partner and have Mario use his move to do something else and then the partner attacks is a little more valuable than the partner doing the same thing. So I do think that double dip is a little more valuable than double dip P. They're kind of niche though, I think, right now. Maybe I need to pick them up more and see what I can get out of them. But I just feel like I'm picking other options that are more valuable, like a stat level up or coins even sometimes. then I am going to pick Double Dip or Double Dip P. But the fact that you get Triple Dip too with them is pretty nice. That's good. Okay, they're pretty lucky. Okay, I mean, these, bro. All 4 of these are okay. The Lucky Days might actually hit. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know about that one, Chief. I think Pretty Lucky. Oh my god. Pretty Lucky is the same BP as in Vanilla. 2 BP, right? God, I do not use Pretty Lucky very often. Yes, it is. It is. Okay, I'm silly. I've used it before. Okay. In early pit runs. Okay. Pretty Lucky is still only a 10% chance to evade. I definitely still think it's worse than Close Call. I think Pretty Lucky and Pretty Lucky P are right here. I just think they're really bad, man. Like, why would I spend 2 BP on these? If they're the only things I have, I'll use them. But if I don't have them, and I see other options, I'm not picking the Lucky badges over these options, or like stats or something. Because like, competing against stats and move level ups is really tough. Like, so many times you'll see like Pretty Lucky or Double Dip or one of these other badges, and then you see fucking a star piece, shine sprite, a partner move, like a new partner move, you know, stats. It's like, damn, what am I doing? And like, you're not picking the Lucky badge. No. You're gonna pick something that gives you more value immediately and over time. Like, a new partner move is so much more valuable in every sense than Pretty Lucky. So, Lucky Day, though, got a little buff. It's now 5 BP instead of 7. I think that saves it a little. I will say that this is a little better than P up, D down Lucky Day, because the 25% is pretty significant, and it's only 5 BP. Like, if I'm choosing between the two, I'm probably picking Lucky Day over P up, or P down, D up. You know? Probably. But as far as the partner badge goes, I mean, it's better than Pretty Lucky, but not by much. I'd still rather equip these two than Lucky Day P. Excuse me. Like, it's just when the evasion is on, it's great, but when it's not on, you're dead. That's what it is. So it's just, I value consistency. I value consistency in my defense and my attack power. I would much rather play around knowing I'm going to take the damage than like be like, oh, if I evade this, I'm in a better position overall, but if I get hit, I'm dead or I'm in a way worse position. I would rather just make the safe play and sweet treat or use an item, something like that, you know? Or like use Shell Shield or something. Or use Withdrawal with Coops. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna place my hopes in a 25% chance. But as filler, Lucky Day could hit sometimes. If you have a lot of BP for some reason. And not a lot of other badge choices. Okay, Lucky Start. Lucky Start is so interesting to me. Because it could be really good. It can also be not very good. It's 1 BP less than in vanilla, which is nice, but like Lucky Start also has a lot of luck involved. And I'm gonna the FP GDA Star, did the FP regen get buffed? Or does it still only do 2? I can't remember. I haven't used it in a while. Because I know regen got buffed in general. But did Lucky Start all the same as vanilla? Okay, that makes it way worse. If Lucky Start gave you plus 5 HP and plus 4 HP, it's... or plus 5 FP, I'm sorry. It'd be insane. But the plus 2 kind of hurts. But it can synergize with Perfect Power a little. So there's that, but you have to hit the 1 and 4 to do that. Like, it's pretty niche filler. But I would equip this... Jesus. If I had, like, not a bunch of bad options, I think I'm putting this at top of... below double dip. Oh, no, below charge. I can actually see... I've actually used Charge B. I'm really not using Lucky Start too much. I do think Lucky Star could have some good potential, but, like, it's tough, man. The 2... You would... I mean, I don't know. I guess I could see it in E tier. I feel like I want this badge to be good. But am I taking this? You know what? I'm actually going to move it down. Because you can only get this from chests, right? You can't get this. Can you get this from an enemy? Or a shop? Chests and Charlie. Okay, I'm putting this in E then. No, it's 3BP. I'm putting this up at the top of E because... Okay, I didn't really mention that some of these badges you can only get from the chests in Charlieton. You can't get them from enemy drops. I'm assuming that's what the unique badges are. That makes Double Dip and Double Dip P worse too, actually. I might move them down, I'm not sure. But yeah, if you can only get this from a chest, you're competing with so much. Like, again, choosing stat level ups and other moves and move level ups, the value is so good in my opinion compared to something like Lucky Start, when you could use an item to get yourself back to full. It's great for a couple things, but Defend Plus is going to synergize way better as far as like recovering your HP goes than Lucky Start. And you could just use Sweet Feast too if you have it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's look at the Happy Hearts. Happy Hearts, all the Happy Badges actually got buffed, by the way. They all now restore 1 HP or 1 FP at the start of every other turn. So so it's consistent. There's no randomness. You know when you're going to get it. However, these feel, even with the consistency, like it's 1 HP, bro. I feel like these badges, despite the consistency, are so middling in their recovery, especially at 220% intensity on EX mode, that they're just not worth it. Like, the thing is, the Happies do synergize with Perfect Power, but like, even with only a 2BP, I just don't feel like I don't feel like I'm ever really choosing to equip these over other badges unless it's all I have left. They're harmless. Well, maybe not harmless, but they are pure filler. And I just feel like I can get more out of other badges than I am ever going to get out of the Happies. If they recovered more, maybe I'd consider. But at 1 HP and 1 FP, well, okay, let's talk about the Happy Hearts first. I think Happy Hearts are really bad. I think I don't know if I can put them in the same tiers. I don't know if I can put them in F tier. I do feel like you could get something out of them if you stack them. I think Mario's is more valuable. I'll do this. Kind of in the same vein of other defensive badges, slightly better, being better for Mario. I think this is a big enough difference where like 1 HP could be good for Mario. Well, maybe I'll put this in. I don't know. These are tough to rate. I haven't really used them. I'm just like, okay, I'll at least put Happy Flower at the top of E here because it's really harmless. It doesn't ruin anything. Like, I don't really care about ruining Mega Rush or Power or, you know, Peril or Danger with Happy Heart per se in this mod, but Happy Flower, at least you're getting like consistent FP back. I'm okay with that. That's pretty nice. Especially if you've got some savers or something that could help with that. Maybe that's a little much. Maybe top of E is a little much, but we'll see. Okay. Let's talk about the Flower Savers. Shall we? I think the Flower Savers are very good in this mod. I don't feel like I haven't gotten a chance to use them a ton, but even just one, especially on like a partner, actually, you know, one on either are just really good. More so partners, because again, all partners get affected, but because levels are free power increases for the most, like for basically everything, and some just have like and better functionality for some partner moves. Levels are super important. FP, super important. Saving FP, really important. Even if you have a ton of FP, being able to spam the high-level moves like Blizzard and Thunderstorm and Bombast, Smoke Bomb. I'm just listing off moves at this point. Level 3 Iron Bonk. Like, there's just a lot. There's so much that, and saving most like level 2s for like Jump, Hammer, you know, a lot of partner ones, they're like 2 FP, right, for their level 2. So reducing that to 1 FP is insane. Pretty sure Coop's Power Shell is innately 2 FP now at level 1. And so reducing that to 1 FP off rip with a Flower Saver P is insane. Like, there's a lot, I think, that you can get out of the savers compared to vanilla, where it just doesn't matter too much. So I definitely think these are... Oh, man. The A tier is getting too big. But I think these are really good. I think partner... Okay, Mario's is like probably less valuable. I think partners is A tier for sure. Right bottom of A. We'll put Mario's top of B. Yeah. Like, the move levels, I just cannot understate how good they are. They're free attack increases. It's so insane how good they are. Okay. And then Pity Flower. These are interesting because these are great filler, actually. Like, you always get 1 FP. These were really bad. That it was the same functionality in Infinite Pit, but it just didn't matter. But in Tower of Trials, I think Pity Flower could hit. Because it's only 2 PP, and like, if you're going for a defensive setup where you're taking like 1 to 2 damage, getting those free FP points, pretty good, I would say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's pretty damn good, actually. I think these are equal in value, by the way. Mario or partner, it doesn't matter because it's not like partners have like an innate buff. I do not think they do. Fake name. They do not trigger off. You have to actually take damage, but like taking 1 or 2 damage is nothing. I'm gonna put these in C. They're mid. they're average badges and good filler. You can equip them and probably get to see some use out of them. Like, it's... The fact that you always get it back is huge. And it's less BP than in vanilla. I think they're actually really good. Not really good. I think they're pretty okay. Not really good. I wouldn't just equip these all the time. But if I have spare BP, these are going on, for sure. Yeah, perfectly usable is a great way to define that. And then Pity Star increases SP gain from taking hits by 25%. Now, JD Aster, I just need a quick info. They're what you thought Happy Flower was as a kid. Does Pity Star still give you the buff even if you take no damage too? Because it only, because when you take no damage with guard, it only cares about the base attack. Pity Star does. Okay, I think Pity Star. I have not used a lot of Pity Star. Yeah, you probably shouldn't, bro. Okay, I have not used a lot of Pity Star. I like Pity Star. I think Pity Star could be insane comboed with damage dodge. Like, I think these are probably mid B. These, again, just like Pity Flower, because it doesn't matter who's wearing it, they are literally in the same spot to me. It scales with the attack of the opponent. So plus 25% of like a strong enemy could be insane. Whoa, dude. Wait a minute. I'm not putting them above damage dodge. I think damage dodge is what enables Pity Star. I think just taking all the damage in Pity Star is not as big of a deal because you're still getting a lot. But I think with the damage dodges, a safe way to get a buff, pretty good. And they're also 2 BP. Well, trying to think. I get a lot of star power anyway already. Like, I've been getting a lot of star power. I feel like I'm usually not going crazy on the star power. I think I'm going to put them top of C. Actually, not in B. I think they're good. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like I'm going to stack these and get an insane amount when I feel like I'm already getting a lot of star power just from being attacked by enemies with 10 plus attack anyway, right? Like, if I'm getting hit by something that's dealing 13 damage, I am like getting a lot of star power anyway. So like Pity Star is good to have, and it would be huge for like earlier. It would still scale well, but like I don't think I need it. Okay. Another new badge. Super Start. Now, Super Start gives you an additional half unit of star power to start with. So you start with 0. You are halfway to filling 1 bar with 1 Super Start, and every single one gives you an extra half of a bar. It is 4 BP. Pretty costly when you only get 3 BP per level up. I think this badge probably a little more useful for speed than it is for high intensity. It's like, again, you get a lot of star power just from like 1 turn of enemy attacks. So like, the 0.5 is nice, but is it enough? I think it's a solid badge. If I have it, I'll equip it sometimes, but like, I'm serious. Like, 1 round of enemy attacks can sometimes just like give you +4, +5 star power when you get to the later half. Like, enemies are dealing a lot of damage. And that kind of nerfs the star power regen badges a little because of that. So Super Start is good. It's great early for sure. Like if you can get two of these early, and you have the 8 BP required, you can fire off Earth Tremors turn 1, 4 damage. It's pretty nice. Or just have a Sweet Treat in the back already. Or like you have enough to get your level 2 Earth Tremor in one round instead of like waiting a couple rounds, right? So it's pretty good, but I think the scaling of it falls off pretty hard later on. And for that reason, I think it's a little better than Pity Star, but I think it's still C tier. So, yeah, I think this is where I think it needs to go. I just don't think it can reach B tier when, like, the scaling is weak later on, and, like, having a level 2 Earth Tremor against enemies with, like, 25 plus HP, like, you're gonna use something else, man. You're gonna want attack, like, you know, because star powers don't scale an attack like that. You can't increase their attack in any way. Okay, these are interesting badges, the drains. I have not been using the drains a lot. I feel like I haven't had a chance to use them a lot. But I want to talk about the potential, because I think these badges are actually very good. Okay, and I don't even know if these have a cap. JDSter, if these have a cap, please say, because the companion guide does not give like an actual hard cap. I'm sure it's 5, but I would like it confirmation if possible. So they're, holy shit, 99? Okay, well, okay, wait a minute. Okay, not that you're gonna get that many in a run, because like you only have so many options in 64 floors, right? But let me tell you how they work now. So HP drain now lowers attack by 1, but restore 1 HP per copy after attacking. And when you stack these badges, you actually do not reduce your attack any further. So in vanilla, every HP drain will reduce your attack by 1, and you get +1. In this game, every stack gives you just +1 HP, and you only get your attack reduced by 1 once. Which means these badges stacked can go crazy. The potential for these badges is probably the best badges in the game tier. Like, being able to recover potentially like 5 plus HP or FP is kind of insane, dudes. And only at -1 attack, like, you can front that with an attack increasing badge. Just 1 lowered attack for all that value, and they're only 1 BP. So 2 HP drains or 2 FP drains immediately way bigger value than Happy Heart, way bigger value than P down D up, right? Like, insane value. So yeah, these badges are kind of good. Now, tough to say whether Mario or Partner is better, but I think these badges are very good. I don't know if I can put them. I think HP is probably a little less valuable. Oh man, you could do some crazy loops though. Like, just getting that many badges to make it like insane though is tough. Like, obviously the potential is insane, but the reality of it is that, like, are you really gonna see that many of these? Maybe once in a blue moon, and it'll be fire. But like, you're gonna see way more of these badges, and like, if you only see 1, it's not as worth it still. Like, just getting 1 FP or 1 HP, just like with Happy Heart and Happy Flower, just aren't worth it. You need to stack these to see insane value, right? You need to have like 3 or 4. So, but the Happy Hearts do synergize with Perfect Power, which is nice. Synergize great with Peril, Danger, and Last Stands. If you're going that route, could be a great way to maintain that, especially with a higher HP pool. you could stay safe, relatively safe, in danger, for free. Even Peril, you could like loop a little if you got enough. So tentatively, I want to put. I honestly, I don't know. I kind of want to put them in S, but like, I can't just put them in S based off their potential. So I think I'm gonna round it out, and I'm gonna move a couple things around because these. I don't know. Maybe this A tier is just that big. Maybe I need to put damage dodge in a new tier that says I don't know. Maybe A, maybe S. You know what? I'm going to do that because I truly don't know where they are. Hold on, we're adding a new row. Oh my god, what the hell just happened? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Maybe A, maybe S, because we don't know where they are. But I think Happy Heart. Okay, I think Mario's Happy Heart is probably a little worse. Actually, damn it, they're both like the same. They feel the same to me. They feel the same. Well, this does reduce all the partners. Okay, I do think Mario's is a little better. I think Mario's is going to be in maybe A, maybe S. I think the partners is going to be below P down D up. Well, actually, I would put no. Yeah. Again, I can't. This will probably be A. I can't go just off potential because like that was the quick change thing in vanilla. You can't go just off the potential of a badge's at like its maximum output, because if the maximum output isn't happening consistently enough for me to like really get use out of it in these runs, then it doesn't matter like what the potential of it is. I need a badge that's going to give me good value immediately. You have to stack these to get good value. Okay, actually I can't put these in maybe A, maybe S then. Actually, I'm going to put these below here actually, because like again, you have to stack them. Getting one is not good. They are not good with just one. You need to stack. Oh man. Actually, I'm thinking about it more and more. The forced stacking is really like getting to me actually. Like if you get it in a Charlieton shop, you're set, right? But like if you don't see it in a lot of places and you're seeing it in chests, like are you really gonna take, are you still gonna take it over like stats and stuff? Like the competition is fierce. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. That sounds better. This feels better to me. Okay, now these are just for the happy hearts or the HP drains. Now for the FP drains. I think these are a little better in value. I actually think while Happy Heart, I truly feel like you need more than one. I think getting away with even just like 2 of these could be really good. I think these need to go into maybe A, maybe S. Because I don't know what to do with these. They could be S, they could be A. I think, on average, grabbing 2 of these is more powerful than grabbing 2 HP drains. And like, again, the more you get for flowers, if you get a lot of FP drains, you could be set on FP. That's it. You know? And it synergizes well with everything. The only thing is, if you get 1, like, getting 1 is probably okay, because 1 FP is still, like, okay consistently, but, like, if paired with Flower Saver, it's good. But, I don't know. I don't know. You know, this actually. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep them maybe A, maybe S. I don't know. The potential of these is higher than these, though. So these could definitely be, like, S tier. But it's tough to say. The FP drains can go crazy, or they could just... You could just pass by them like you do any other badge. when you've got like stats and moves you want to upgrade. Maybe an enemy will drop it for you, or Charlieton has it in a shop. You have to weigh it against all the other options too. It's tough. Okay. Yeah, what up, Arantula? That was probably really late. I'm sorry, I was talking. HP drain and FP drain do function like in TTYD. It's not the 64 version. Okay. Heartfinder. This is mid, I think. I think this is mid. Heartfinder is good for it synergizes with perfect power, but like could just deal with an item or something. Yo, nice dude. So Heartfinder can be good, can be mid. I think getting 1 to 3 extra hearts is not like a huge upgrade, but it can be nice. But enemies start dealing a lot of damage. The scale it gets outscaled by enemy damage pretty quickly. In the later half, probably not going to see a lot of use out of this. In the early game, it's great though. Like you'll be at full health forever. So I'm gonna put this below Double Pain. I'd probably equip Double Pain over Heartfinder. Like, especially early, when you can probably KO most loadouts in 1 turn, 2 turns, you know? Enemies are fairly easy to deal with. You can probably just, like, with defense, you can just guard, you know? Not take damage. Slap them around a little. Once you get later on, then you'll be slapped around with Double Pain, so you take it off, but, like, Heartfinder's not going to help you there either. You're not getting enough hearts. And at 4 BP, no. You're not going to be stacking these a lot, you know? Flower Finder is the same, now 4 BP, but I do think it's better. I think it's probably... I mean, FP, again, FP is super important. I think the weight of FP being so important helps boost Flower Finder up a little, because even just a few extra flowers with a Flower Saver or something can be huge. Like, sometimes you just need to use your level 2 jump or something, I don't know, or you use like 3 or 4 FP, I don't know. Even using like a 6 or 7 FP and getting 3 back is a huge save, you know? That could save you a turn of Sweet Treat or Sweet Feast or something. So I'm putting this above Quick Change. Above Quick Change. I just think the weight of FP is so important. Okay. Refund. Refund is 1 BP. It's a little tech badge. It's perfectly fine to just slap on as you're using your items to get damage. Like, that's it. It does nothing else but give you a few extra coins. You could get some pretty nice money out of this, especially if you have some high profile items. But, like, it's competing with a lot of other badges. So, the 1 BP is nice. You could just slap it on if you got that 1 extra BP left. But otherwise, no. So I'm going to put this at top of D. That's a lie. I think it's probably more... It's probably less useful than Double Dip P. Actually, I don't know. I'm not taking Refund if I see it. I'm not buying Refund if I see it. I'm just grabbing it if it's a drop and then equipping it if I can. Yeah, I'm putting it under Double Dip P. This is fine. Actually, I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm going to do this. I've actually used Charge P. I'm going to do this too. 10 on the first shop ain't bad, actually. Yeah, that would not be bad, actually. Yeah, I think it's like it has its use, but like it does stack. You get plus 5%, but I don't think stacking it is that important. And like, if you're really gonna get something, then I don't know. I just feel like Double Pain is gonna, like, no pain no gain is gonna give you way more coins on average than Refund's gonna give you. So I just don't think, I don't know, stacking Refund seems not super wise. I wouldn't invest in it. Okay, Ice Power and Spike Shield. Ice Power I think is not. I think Spike Shield is better than Ice Power. I think on average there are way more spiked enemies than there are fire ones, if I'm being honest. Just like in my experience, I have not seen very many fire enemies. I mean, there's just less fire enemies in general than spiky ones. I think Spike Shield is way more valuable, and you get way more out of it. So Ice Power, even though Ice Power is only 1 BP, it's kind of mid, bro. It's probably E tier. You only see fire enemies running Vivian or Jumpman. Okay, I'm trying to think, where am I going to place this? Like, there are just not enough embers and phantom embers and lava bubbles in the world to make this like super worth it. But what do I want? Like, where am I want to put it? Is it like, it is good for multi-bounce, but it's such a niche. It's got like one niche use. Okay, I'm gonna put it top of E. Actually, it's super niche. It's not great. It's super niche, man. Like, it's nice to have, but it's just not. It's not great. Spike Shield, on the other hand, I think is actually really good. Again, there are lots of spiky enemies that appear. So many spiky enemies to choose from. Dark Koopa Trolls and Koopa Trolls in general, pretty common. Lots of bristles, spiky Parabuzzies, lots of piranhas too. Like, there's just a lot. Being able to flip Koopa Trolls, being able to flip spiky Parabuzzies, and being able to jump on piranhas is huge, because if you have a lot of jump attack, you could destroy them. So I think this is quite a bit better. I actually think Spike Shield is quite good in this mod compared to vanilla, because you just don't know what you're gonna get. So like, the contingency for spiked enemies is way bigger in my opinion. So I'm putting it at top of D. I don't think it's quite C tier. It's not quite a, it's just great all around, because you don't need Spike Shield, but it's super helpful. Like, you can complete a run without Spike Shield, but I think it's super good, and just makes things way more convenient than without it. The only thing is that if you're stacking Hammermans, Spike Shield can be a little worse, but you're saying it's better, JD Aster? Listen, man, I don't know. Iron Bonk just wins for me. You think it's higher than top of D? I don't know. Let me think about it, because it being below Superstar does seem kind of weird. Maybe top of D is too harsh. I've been talking it up a lot. I said it's fairly good. You know what? Let's just move to top of C. I'd use this over Superstar. Like, late game, Spike Shield is super helpful. This is the best Spike Shield has ever been in a Paper Mario game. It's very good. And it's way more useful than Ice Power. even at 3 BP. Yeah, actually, this looks way better because, like, no, I think quick change is perfectly fine where it is. All the spiky badges should be in C. Just put them all in there. But make sure, let's put the put the super appeals in there too, because they're all spiky. And quick change. You'll have to nerf them. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I put it in top of D. Well, I talked it up a lot and then put it in top of D. But this is more niche, and I think Spike Shield is not niche. It's just good to have. Like, I would pick this over a stat, I think, sometimes. I think that's gotta be at least C tier. I think top of C is perfect. Okay. Zap Tap, on the other hand, Zap Tap is good for, like, a few things. This Zap Tap has the same issues it has in vanilla. Except sometimes a mid-boss is a fucking Swampire, and they have like 90 HP, and then they summon their stupid 20 HP minions, and you're like, what the fuck? That's a lot of damage and health regen, and Spike Shield, it's not Spike Shield, Zap Tap shuts them down. That's it. Who cares about the fuzzies? And honestly, who cares about them? I don't think you need it. I don't think it's enough to truly care to grab Zap Tap all the time. However, I do think Zap Tap might, like, based on what you could potentially get out of it use-wise, you could still probably get around the same use as Ice Power. Because here's the thing. If you have Zap Tap equipped, they can still just attack the partner and like recover HP and attack anyway. They have to attack Mario. So, like, what is Spike Shield? I keep saying Spike Shield, I'm sorry. Like, what is Zap Tap really doing for you? Except just preventing a few enemy attacks. Like, and any other mid-boss, it doesn't matter. It does not matter against the secret boss, too. Like, it's a pretty mid badge. It's just bad. However, shutting down some mid-bosses does give it some value, so I'm going to put it under Ice Power, but it probably has a little more value than, like, just slapping on a Happy Flower. Because you can use to shut down some things, but, like, it's a tech badge for a very few niche situations, and you're not getting anything out of it like you are with Ice Power, where if you have Ice Power and Spike Shield, you at least have, like, something with Jumpman going, right? Like, you can just jump on anything. And, I mean, you can also use Ice Power to reduce Fire Bros, which are terrifying, by the way. You can reduce their damage, so it is not OP. It is bad. It's a very bad badge. Okay, Return Postage got a little buff, a couple buffs. It is 5 BP instead of 7, and it now does the damage that the enemy dealt to them. So, like, instead of doing half, it does the full damage, which is nice. I think this badge is weird because I can see the vision for it, but, like, you at the intensity I'm playing at, taking a ton of damage and dealing it back to the enemy, like, if you're reducing a bunch of damage with defensive badges, then its usefulness goes way down, and it's 5 VP, which is a big investment. So it's better then to take a lot of damage, like to take more damage. But how much is it that you're willing to just take that damage and potentially die if you don't have a lot of HP upgrades, and it doesn't work if they attack the partner, which is tough. So what are you doing then to, like, what real value is it providing if you're like skating around death a bunch? And when you don't want to skate around death, you reduce damage, which makes it less useful. I don't quite know where I want to put this, because it's tough. I haven't really used Turn Postage, just to get that out of the way. Just thinking about where it could truly be useful. I feel like you're much better just like you're better off not letting enemies attack at all, usually, or doing little damage, because this badge also completely flies in the face of Perfect Power, right? And Perfect Power P. If you're taking damage like that, you have to regen to get those boosts back. I think taking minimal damage is much better than taking a lot of damage. You could probably do something funny with Double Pain early on when you know you'll live, maybe, but like later on, you're not taking 30 plus damage to deal 30 plus back. You're dead unless you have like 50 health. But if you have 50 health, you have way less than other stats, which it should not be the case most of the time, in my opinion. So it's not great. But is it F or E? I don't know. I don't think it's as... I think it's probably worse than Zap Tap. But do I think it's F tier? It's tough to say. I really don't know where I'd put this. I think it's got cool uses, but I think ultimately I'm going to put it top of F. I think it's better than Close Call P. But I could see this bottom E. I could see it even like mid here, probably, in my opinion. I could see it around this range, but personally, I'm barely picking this up. And like, if I'm really going for this, why am I throwing away the good stuff here? Why am I taking damage like that? I'd rather reduce damage a lot. Or just Super Guard. I know that sounds wild. Like, I usually try not to include Super Guarding, but like, I would just rather Super Guard. Or, like, and then if I miss it, it's not like I'm getting a ton of damage. Like, I'll just kill them anyway with other stuff. I can freeze them or use special moves, right? Like, and this badge can only be gotten from Charlieton or a chest, because it's one of those unique badges, like Adobe just said. So like, this is competing with a lot. So yeah, definitely F. Actually, definitely F. Maybe bottom E, but not mid E for sure. Okay. Feeling Fines. Okay. These badges are actually insane, by the way. These badges are trash in vanilla. Just garbage. Just absolute garbage in vanilla. But in this game, where multiple enemies can have a bunch of status items that can just fuck you up, and it also prevents freeze, these badges are pretty damn good, bro. These might be so like, they're unique. You have to get them from a chest or Charlieton, but I would pick these. I pick these up when I see them. I will try to. Especially Mario. I think Mario's is S tier. Bottom of S. Leaving Mario alive to be able to sweet treat or something, it cannot be understated how good that is. Even if a partner gets a status, Mario can just sweet treat it away. The partner one, definitely a good chunk less useful, but still good nonetheless. But Mario's is insane, because Mario can heal everybody. Mario can do everything. So if Mario is safe, you are safe. So yeah, these statuses can be run enders. Stopwatches, confusion, all of these can be absolute run enders. You don't want to get hit by them. Like freeze too. Freeze can be a total run ender. So the fact that it prevents against that too is just insane. I think for the partner, honestly, this might be top of A. It's still 4 BP, right? No, it's 3. I'm sorry. It's 3 BP. Oh my god. Okay, I'm tempted to put this into S, but I'm gonna keep it top of A. It's very good. It's super good. I cannot understate how good it is to just have these badges on and not worry about anything. But if you're gonna have at least one, make it Mario's. It's insane. This is the highest Feeling Fine will ever be. You'll never see Feeling Fine this high again. Feeling Fine is living large. Feeling Fine is enjoying a nice fat check, swimming in his backyard, built-in, custom-heated pool / hot tub, sipping on champagne while looking down at all the other E and F tiers and laughing at how they're still there. That's what Feeling Fine is doing. And then Feeling Fine P is having a steak dinner at a nice steakhouse. All but Hammerman. he and Hammerman are hanging out together. Feeling Fine and Hammerman are hanging out together. Mega Rush P is crying because Perfect Powers stole the show. Okay, anyway, we have one more badge. This is Chill Out. Chill Out is another unique badge. It's 1 BP. It lets you not get first struck. I'm gonna be honest. You should not be getting first struck. This badge is unnecessary. Sometimes people get first struck. I get it. But like, do you really need this, bruh? Do you really need this, bruh? Like, it's kind of bad. Like, it can provide okay value, but like, it's kind of bad, bro. Now, I will admit this badge is a great speed badge, because you don't have to worry about first strikes. But in here, in high intensity, like, yo, whoops. Even taking a first strike, I can't move it. Okay, even taking a first strike is like not the end of the world usually. So, bottom of E. It's nice to have sometimes. I'll give it that. It can save your life if you're low on HP or something and you get first struck and you could die. Like, I'll give it up, but I do not think you really need it. This could be an F tier. Could be top of F. No, you can run away from bristles until they stop. There's always a way to get out of the first strike. If I'm getting first struck by a bristle, it's because I'm running into them intentionally. Okay, yeah. Wow, that took way longer. God, these tier lists always take so fucking long when I do them. How has it been 2 hours and 20 minutes? I think this is the list. This looks pretty good. Why is Perfect Power so good? Because you get +1 attack at full HP, and it's only 2 BP. So, instead of putting yourself in dangerous situations with peril or danger, you just get flat attack for being at max health, which is insane. And it's super easy to maintain. Especially with good Sweet Treating or Sweet Feast or any kind of regen or what have you. It's very good. I think this looks pretty good. Again, I can't do damage dodge in Flower or FP Drain. Yeah, you can stack a bunch of them, which is very good. I can't do those yet. I need to play around with them more. And I want to say again that this was done with high intensity EX mode runs in mind. This was not for default, not for speed. This is like what I'm thinking of. This is like how I'm thinking of what I'm taking and what badges I want as I'm going through those high intensity runs, which is at right now 220% and aiming to go higher. So, in general, get some attack and have some defense to save you. That's it. Everything else is kind of bad. And grab Spike Shield if you can, if you see it. And FP is king. Actually, I think I'm gonna make a lecture at some point about Tower of Trials high intensity runs. I would love to like go over my thought process and how I'm choosing what I'm choosing between all the options, you know. But I need to do more. I need to do more runs. I haven't done enough. So this is a tentative first. Tentative. This is like, I know this is for high intensity, but this is also kind of like just like how I felt playing through the game, the mod. So this will be updated for sure. Whenever there are more updates made to the mod, this will be updated. I just wanted to get a first badge tier list out there. Dude, I don't know if we have time to do moves. I might have to do moves another time, bro. You know what? I think I know. I think on Saturday, there's a big time gap between Smash and Mario Party. I may do the rest of these tier lists then to fill up some time. I think we're just gonna do badges tonight. Fam, my voice is kind of hurting. It's already 10:30 for me. I got home super late. I think if I'd gotten home earlier, I'd do the moves. I really want to do moves. But I think I'm going to update the Xmas Bash schedule and we'll put this in there. As I really want to do moves and items. But the items will take super quick. The items will not be that long. Like, some are bad, some are good. You know, some are just healing, whatever. But the moves I really want to talk about because there's a lot. There's so many. there's a lot to talk about with these moves, I feel like. So I think for now, we're going to do badges tonight. And then again, I am planning to do an updated tier list sometime next year because I plan to do a lot more runs. Whether or not they're streamed or not streamed, I'm probably going to keep streaming it until I finish all the achievements, and then I'll start playing on my own time, doing high intensity runs, maybe I'll like record them or something. But I wanted to get a list out there just as like a general list. I think while this list was tailored towards high intensity runs, you could definitely use this list in general for EX mode. For Hooktail, this list is this list is kind of way different for Hooktail, by the way. Like there's some badges get way bigger in value, especially for default. Like I think the power pluses are S tier for Hooktail because like it's so short that any power increase is insane and stuff like there's just a lot of stuff. This is for EX mode, high intensity, but you can kind of use it as a guide to what badges you should be looking out for in equipping, even if you're doing default and not my settings, right? So, and you know what? I was going to do a separate video for each tier anyway, so this is fine if I just do this tier tonight. Anyway, that is it for tonight because it's kind of late. Sorry, chat. I'm sorry. I wanted to draw the tier list, but it's so late, and I take so much time talking through my thoughts that I just know the moves tier list will take forever. I know it'll take forever, bro. It will. Quick shout out to JD Acer for making these, by the way. Especially the moves one, it looks really fucking dope. I'm excited to do the moves next time. So yeah, I'll update the Xmas Bash schedule to include that in. And yeah, this is my, I guess you could call this first impressions, but not really because I've had some time with the game. The first impressions would look a little different for sure. But yeah, if you want to play Tower Trials, you can see it in chat. It'll also be in the description if you want to download the game. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the other tier lists. Okay. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Please follow me on the socials. join the Discord. Follow me on Blue Sky. I'm gonna update my social thing too to have Blue Sky on it. I don't know why I don't. And before we go, let's post this. What are you guys doing? Tower of Tiles 2024 high intensity EX mode badge tier list. Saved. Did I save it? Well, let's download it at least. Whatever. Did I save it, bro? I don't know if I saved it. My account. We got it, bro. It's here. Look at this. Damn, I got a lot of tiers, bro. I made a lot of tier lists in my day. I hope you guys like the tier list videos. I like making lists. I like talking about the game. You already know this. I've made lectures on this game, but I love doing tiers. Dude, the red green was for it was for the Christmas spotlight. Okay. Let's post. Paper Mario Tower of Trials initial high intensity EX mode badge tier list. I gotta make a tier list for the new spotlight I'm doing, like the blue, white, and silver or whatever. I gotta do that too. Can't wait to use Power Smash and Power Jump. EX mode badge tier list. Oh god, should I list all my settings? Settings for Mario HP. For Mario HP per level. Oh my god. Level 3 per level. Or partner HP per level. Zero, no strange sack. No starting items. None. Holy shit, dude. What else did I put? What else do I do? Jesus. 125% enemy attack plus HP. Is this all of them? This can't be everything, right? There's no starting badges. What else do I do? Holy shit. What else is there? This doesn't actually add up to 220%, does it? Do I need to look really quick? No, I don't need to load up the game. Luckily, I have VODs. High intensity runs Tower of Trials. Holy shit. Can you scroll up past me? Hold on, just this. Holy shit, that's really it. Oh my god. Yes, Charlie Tin stock. Okay, I do limited or tiny. I'm doing both right now. I don't know which one I like more. I do Charlieton stock. There it is. There it is. Yes, I have been limiting Charlieton. Yes. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Settings, I'm going to put 220% intensity with EX mode. Hold on, I'm going to Altiers ordered. Okay, -8, fuck. Starting items. Damn it. No starting items. I'm gonna put Charlieton. Limited or tiny. There it is. I just needed to put all tiers ordered. Okay. I don't even think I could fit this on Twitter, bro. But we'll try. I'll try. But for now. I'll put the settings in a different tweet. I'll put like a reply tweet. Labels? Nope, none of these are that. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna put with, hold on. With. Okay, there we go. I think this is good. All right, it's their problem now. Adobe, no! Okay. There we go. There it is. Retweet, please. Yo, like and share. Get this out there. Get people mad at me for my opinions on ZapTap. Because you know it's coming. Alright, fam. That... Oh my god, there's an ad. Holy. Okay, let's just wait for the ad. And then I'll be on my way. Maybe I'll add it on Twitter, too, while we're here. Wow, pretty close, actually. That's crazy. Settings and replies. There we go. No? What the fuck? Okay, there we go. What the fuck? There we go. Oh my god, this is just bad, bro. What the fuck? Probably post this on Tumblr too. And on YouTube. Just trying to post it everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Also, this will probably go on Discord at some point too. Probably tomorrow when I'm feeling less lazy. Why was there an S there? Oh my fucking god, bro. Okay, whatever, dude. I don't care. Threat, dude, no. Censor for not safe for work. Okay, we're done. The ad is over. Guys, thank you so much for watching. The Christmas Bash, again, please check it out. It starts on Sunday. We're actually doing Tower Trials. So come watch. We're going to be doing a fun little like Christmas-themed Tower Trials run. I'm pretty excited. Please come join. Might even not just be one run. Might be runs, so we'll see. But either way, should be a good time. We're going to listen to some baller Christmas music while we do it. Should be fun. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys on Sunday for the start of the Christmas Bash. Get excited. I know I am. Good night.